Okay.
I'm gonna jump back a bit to Flash, right? In terms of how that
Yeah.
ties to the TA
Yeah.
technical analysis that I mentioned for Flash, right? I think I got very lucky in terms of discovering Flash. I discovered Flash early on Dex tools actually. Oh yeah, yeah, this is the other tools that I use a lot and that I preach to other people as well.
Mm,
Like you go to Dex tools, you can use it for free. You don't have to get premium or anything. You go to Dex, I think it's called Dex Board, and on there you can see like daily top gainers, right? And you could check out new pairs that are being listed on SushiSwap, on Uniswap, or on Camelot Dex. And you can essentially discover projects very early when they just, launch or, when they just freshly pumped within the day, 5%, 10%, and then you can ape along the way. So that's how I found Flash Stake slash Flash on Dex Tools. I think it pumped like 8% or 10% that day. And it was trading at around, I think, 0.08 or 0.09. Um, and at that point, I I think market conditions at that time was still okay, so that's why
yeah.
I sliced a small portion of really small portion of my port in and bought it a bit, and then like I think a week later it pumped to 0.16, 0.15 or something, and
Mm,
from then on, I think 2 or 3 weeks after that till right now, it just kept on pumping. But then once it pumped, right, there's a period of retracing. I think this is a sign of healthy price movement in which it retraced and bounced off of resistance level, right? And then bounce and then trade at a higher range or a higher level, establishing new newer
new
support
support.
and newer
Yeah.
resistance along the way. So I found that pattern, right? I actually made a mistake of reducing my size very early because I felt that, oh, I sized it pretty high. But then after that, when it was trading at around zero point 0.2 or something, I see this pattern, as a clearer pattern. I started accumulating more flash throughout the way, and I think last week it pumped to 0.32 or something, and then 2 days ago it dumped to around 0.24, 0.25, and then I kept on adding more, and now I think it pumped to 0.3 something again. So
Okay.
identifying, yeah, to conclude that, right? I guess identifying support, resistance level, and the pattern of establishing a newer range of these microcraps that they trade. If coins that follow this kind of pattern, I think there's a higher chance that they pump. And but always keep in mind, right? This is only a part of the analysis. You need to sort of
Of
combine
course.
this with, other factors that I mentioned as well, mainly the hype and also the tokenomics and fundamental of the projects, in which I think Flash has a really great fundamental and great narrative that they're writing on right now, which is the LSD. And Kindle is pumping very hard as well. And I think a lot of
Yeah,
people look
yeah,
at
LSD. Yeah, LSD is going
yeah,
crazy right now.
yeah, people look at Flash. They look at a lower market cap version of Pendle, and then I think they have that mindset that it's gonna that like the beta the correlation between price action would be closely followed between Pendle and Flash. So yeah, I think
Mm, that's
not
really
to
interesting as
yeah.
well. So the beta correlation, where you try to find similar projects, and then you kind of like attribute some of the I guess like yeah, the correlation between them. It's like it's basically like beta correlation trading, right? In like
Yeah,
what the hedge funds do. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, one other thing that I forgot to mention more is the narrative in general. I think um, like trading microcaps token, it comes down to be like going into narrative very early, right? And then exiting fast enough when narrative is running high, and then make sure that you secure profits along the way, right? And then you rotate your capital to other narrative. I think the prime example of who did this, or who does this very well is the Maestro. in the last session, right? My great friend as well. He does
Yep.
this, so well, as seen from his portfolio that he shared in the public there, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
like right now, I think the narrative that are trending very well. Like if you don't notice, you should notice already. Like LSDs, right?